Hello, hello. Today we are going to talk about reasoning capabilities of the model and why this is very important in construct of selecting a right model, especially if you're selecting it for the on-prem version, the local model setup. Uh, the reasoning capability of the model could change the entire game, the entire experience of the value generated from the prompts that the user would do, the business users would do. All right, so we are going to try and compare the Llama 4 Scout versus the GPT OSS 120 million. So, and I invite you to try and solve this on your own as well to see your own reasoning. So, let me give a problem statement. You are 25% inside a tunnel, and you're a train coming from behind you. You do not know how far the train is from the tunnel, right? And if you run backwards or forward, you will just escape the train. Find your speed in relation to train speed. By the way, this was my interview question years ago in one of the companies. I could solve it at that time without GPTs of the world. So try it out. It's a fun little problem statement. And let's see what Llama 4 Scout does. Right, so it is establishing the relationships pretty fast, formulating the entire equation, setting up the equation, and then trying to solve it. And then it's trying to verify. This does not make sense in this context because we are comparing magnitudes of the speed. And then it comes, this means my speed is 1/4 of the train's speed, right? Because it tries to compare that the starting distance of the train and just saw that when I do 0.25, it is doing 0.75. This answer is wrong. So while it confidently gave the answer, it is definitely wrong. You can test it. And you can also see where it went wrong in the reasoning. But in interest of time, I want to quickly just do this in construct of GPT OSS. So let me just list it. LLAMA run GPT OSS. So 120 billion. Okay, and again I start. You are 25% inside a tunnel. You're a train coming from behind. You don't know how far the train is from the tunnel. Have you guys solved it manually yet? If you run backwards or forwards, you will just escape the train. Find your speed in relation to train speed. Right? You see the thinking, and the GPT OSS is very nice in terms of thinking, in terms of political guardrails, etc. Very, very powerful. And it did try to find out the final answer. Your velocity is that of the train. This is independent of the tunnel length. You produce the final solution, and it did it. And what does this mean? If you can run at least half the speed of the train, you will be able to escape the tunnel, no matter whether you sprint towards. That is a beautiful, right answer. Right? And what this means essentially is that the reasoning capability for a complicated problem statement, right? A complicated is with a lot of conditions around it. will define whether your model seems to be hallucinating or not. And in such cases, obviously, GPT OSS 120 billion is winning the race against the llamas of the world, at least in my experience. And these are some of the test data sets that we need to create to keep evaluating the base model in terms of its accuracy for the business, and constantly get it checked when you're trial planning and upgrade, right? So hope this helps, and looking forward to your data set strategy across different dimensions that you will use to keep evaluating your base models. Thank you.